Hello there and welcome to day 3 of our 40 days of fortification. I believe that has been an exciting journey and thank you all for the testimonies that I've received so far. I want to encourage you to please subscribe and put on the notification button, and please feel free to share this link and then of course the YouTube link to anyone and everyone that you know. I believe that it will do them a lot of good. Today I want to talk to you specifically about consistency in prayer. Consistency in prayer. But before I do that, I want to separate that consistency is not the same thing as persistency. Now, one principle that guarantees answer in prayer is persistency. You continually insist on what you want. Your focus is clear. You make your demands and you remain on your demands until you get your desired result. But persistency is not even possible without consistency. You know, we have people who pray today and then tomorrow they are not able to push, they're not able to continue because they feel like they've been praying for the past 2 days or 3 days or 5 days and they are yet to see their desired result. That is not how it works. In Luke chapter 18, the Bible told us of a particular woman a widow who came to an unjust judge and was making demand for judgment against her adversaries. The first day she came, no response. The second day, no response. We don't know how many days the woman appeared before the judge. But because of her importunity, that's what the Bible said, importunity, consistently making the same demand, the Bible said the unjust judge responded. And Jesus gave that story because he wanted to tell us how that showing up in the place of prayer can give us our desired result. So you cannot just set up to pray for 1 day and stop, or 7 days and stop. If that desire is important to you, remain in the place of prayer until you get your answer. So we all know the story of Elijah. Elijah told Ahab to go to the Mount Carmel that he heard the sound of an abundance of rain. And after Ahab had gone there, he began to pray. The first time the servant went to check the seaside, there was no sign of rain at all. And then the servant continued for 7th time until he saw a sign that it was about to rain. Immediately he saw that sign, he gave the word of prophecy to Ahab to go into Jezreel and that it was going to rain. That is consistently doing the same thing, I shared earlier in the first day of this, our conversation, that a particular place where I used to live, I like to go there to pray, and then I go there every day as much as possible. I didn't know that that place had become a portal. I want to share one of the testimonies of the miracles that God wrought by my going there. So there's this woman. The woman had given birth to 3 children. The first child she gave birth via CS, cesarean section. The second time via CS. The third time via CS. The doctor told her not to get pregnant again because the 4th time is going to be risky. And carrying out the operation, of course, that was a proof that she cannot give birth naturally. They will have to carry out the operation again and her life may be affected. So the doctors told her not to get pregnant. But one thing led to another. She got pregnant again. And she had been pregnant for about 10 to 11 months. No sign of contraction, no sign of labor. And then she began to pray. She went to my mom and spoke to my mom about it. And my mom said, come on, my son is going to pray for you and you will give birth. Every time I remember the story now, I just cannot imagine the kind of audacity that she has and the confidence that she has in the call of God upon my life. When she came to me and told me about it, I looked at the woman, even though I was frightened because I was a very young person when this happened so many years ago, almost a decade ago. I looked at the woman and I told her that I was going to pray about it. So when I began to pray, I prayed with the woman, and while I was praying, I immediately gave a word. I said, within the next 7 days, you are going to deliver naturally. That was a prophetic word I didn't plan for. I was asked to only pray for her to deliver safely, not necessarily naturally. Then I remember that I have a prayer altar somewhere in the bush, so I would go there. The first day I went there to pray. The second day I went there to pray. The third day I went to pray, the woman was still walking about like nothing is going to happen. That continued until the 6th day. And mind you, this was the 11th month of her pregnancy. The 6th day, she started having contraction. She was taken to the hospital and a miracle happened. She gave birth to a bouncing baby boy, strong, healthy, naturally. The doctors were amazed. They couldn't explain what happened. And I remember that she named that young man Emmanuel. I cannot forget the impact of that experience in my life. This is why I find it difficult to give up on any prayer expectation quickly. Because I know that if you remain consistent, in making your demand, the Bible says, be anxious for nothing, but by prayer and supplication and with thanksgiving, let your request be made known. If you remain consistent in making known your request to God, then you are going to get your desired result. May I charge somebody's heart that even today, go back to your prayer altar. Call on the God of heaven. Remind him of the things that he has said to you concerning the year and concerning your life and your destiny, and you'll be amazed at the many, many miracles that the Lord will occasion for you. Once again, I'm going to pray, but this time around, I'm not praying for grace. I am praying that you will have harvest of prayers. Somebody who is following this and you've been praying and you're already almost giving up, I am praying in the name of Jesus Christ that you will receive harvest of prayer. You will receive answers to your prayer. You will enter into a season of consistent rewards of prayer. There is something called the joy of testimonies. There's something called the joy of victory. I'm praying in the name of Jesus that you will experience that joy today. And if you're healed, if you are sick in your body, I pray in the name of Jesus that you will be healed right now. Every heavy burden, your soul be lifted right now. Receive grace to pray and receive grace to pray through until you get your desired result. So stay consistent all through this week and all through this season, and you see the wonder that the Lord will make out of your life. God bless you. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about something a bit different, and I believe that it will bless you.